Imagine this. You suddenly get a sum of money. Maybe it's 5,000 euros, maybe 50,000, or even 500,000. What do you do with it? How do you make sure this money doesn't just sit there, but actually works for you growing, compounding, and giving you peace of mind instead of stress? That's exactly what we're talking about today. A lot of people think investing is super complicated, full of jargon and charts you can only understand with an expensive advisor. But here's the good news. If you have the right mindset, investing can be very straightforward. And the principles are the same, whether you're dealing with 5,000, 50,000, or 500,000 euros. Today, I'll walk you through how to invest these three amounts sensibly. This isn't about rigid rules or secret formulas. It's about looking at your personal situation and making decisions that fit your life. Because the right investment decision always depends on your overall wealth. How much security do you have? How much risk can you handle? What are your goals? Let's start small with 5,000 euros. For some, 5,000 euros is a fortune. For others, it might seem modest, but either way, it can be an incredibly important foundation. This is where so many mistakes happen because people want to make the most out of it right away. They rush into risky ETFs, dabble in speculative stocks, or throw money at crypto, hoping for fast gains. But that mindset is dangerous, especially if you're overlooking one critical question. Are those 5,000 euros all you have? Imagine someone with only these 5,000 euros puts it all in the stock market. What happens when the market crashes? They could lose half their money in no time. And it's not just the financial loss, it's the psychological hit. Losing money hurts twice as much as gaining feels good. That's why the first golden rule is this. Before you invest, you need an emergency fund. Money set aside for unexpected expenses like a broken washing machine or a surprise bill. A good rule of thumb is 2 to 3 months of your net income kept in an easy access savings account, safe, liquid, and risk-free. Let's take Ben. He's 20, a student living at home. His expenses are low. He's saved up 5,000 euros. For him, a 500 or 1,000 euro emergency fund is probably enough. The rest could, in theory, be invested. But he still shouldn't invest the whole remainder at once. This brings us to the second critical question, your risk tolerance. Ask yourself how much money in actual euros you could lose before you'd be tempted to sell in a panic. Let's say Ben thinks he could handle losing 2,000 euros. The rule is to multiply that by 2. So the maximum he should put into the stock market is 4,000 euros. The remaining 1,000 stays safe. This way, he invests without losing sleep. Now, let's look at Eileen. She's also in her early 20s, but she has her own apartment and earns 1,600 euros a month. Her 5,000 euros are all she has. She needs most of it for her emergency fund at least 3,200 to 4,800 euros. Only a small slice might go into her first ETF, and that's perfectly fine. For Eileen, it's not about big gains. It's about building a safe foundation and starting a consistent monthly ETF savings plan. With €5,000, you're not getting rich overnight. You're laying the groundwork, building habits, and learning how it feels to see your account move up and down. Those first steps are the most valuable because they change your mindset. You start seeing money as a tool that can work for you. That's the real difference between saving and investing. Now, let's level up to a much more substantial amount: €50,000. This might have come from years of saving, an inheritance, or selling something valuable. It feels like real wealth, and people often think the rules have changed, that they now need special investments. But the principles are exactly the same. You still need to ask, how big is your emergency fund? How much risk can you handle? What are your long-term goals? The only difference is that your decisions now have bigger consequences. This is where your money can either accelerate your path to financial independence or get trapped. And with €50,000, another big question often pops up. Do you plan to buy a property, or will you keep renting? This one decision can completely change your strategy. Your money has to fit your life plan, not the other way around. With €50,000, you can also allow yourself a play account. Maybe 5 to 10% of your money, so €2,500 to €5,000 can go into individual stocks or even crypto. But this must remain play money, not the core of your strategy. It's for experimenting and learning. At this level, rebalancing becomes crucial. Once a year, check your balance between safe and risky assets. If your stock share has grown to large, move some back to safety. If it has shrunk, add more to stocks. This simple habit keeps your strategy stable. You might also get calls from banks offering premium services, but you can absolutely manage €50,000 yourself. All you need is a savings account, maybe some fixed deposits, a money market ETF, and a world stock ETF. Simple, transparent, cheap. You don't need exotic products with high fees. At €50,000, you don't need complexity. You need clarity. Finally, €500,000. This is a life-changing amount. And again, the illusion pops up. Now I need special strategies, hedge funds, private equity, ... But the truth is, the principles don't change. The foundation stays the same. One part safe, one part risky, balanced between security and growth. Once you have this much money, you'll attract attention. Banks and financial advisors will call with exclusive offers. Remember, most of these are designed to make them rich, not you. Keep it simple. Let's look at Jeremy. He's in his 40s or 50s, and his main goal is freedom to work less, retire early, and live off his returns. He's comfortable with risk and has been investing for years. So here's his plan. €400,000 go into a global stock ETF. The remaining 100,000 is divided carefully. 10,000 in cash for emergencies. 20,000 in short-term fixed deposits for big expenses. and 70,000 in a money market ETF for flexibility. That's it. Simple, transparent, powerful. There's a phrase I love for this. You only need to get rich once. If you already have significant wealth, your mission isn't to risk it all. It's to hold on to it, nurture it, and let time do its work. Now, maybe you're thinking, I don't have $500,000. At the end of the day, it's not just about the money. It's about the freedom it gives you. Money is the tool that helps you build the life you want. So whether you have 5,000, 50,000, or 500,000 euros, stop thinking in fixed numbers. Think in structures, in balance, and in the context of your own life. The takeaway is this: stay consistent, keep it simple, and trust the process. Your wealth will grow slowly but surely. And one day you'll look back and realize it all started with that single decision to begin. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.